So the Monaco job came up, and I applied for it. Hello there, folks, and welcome back to Glory Hunter, where we are now the manager of Nice. We're still the manager of Nice. Monaco rejected me. They said that because I was Nice manager, there's too much of a rivalry there, and they couldn't take me on. So I'm still at Nice. Now, don't get me wrong, and don't take away from the fact that I do enjoy Nice, and I do like Nice, but I'm going to show you 3 screenshots to make you realise why I might have just maybe thought about going to Monaco. Those are this guy, and a man you might remember from Valencia, Dimitri. So, you know, there was thought behind it, but they don't want me because I'm. Do you know why? Do you know why, viewers? Because they know I'm Nice for life. That's why. I mean, Paris isn't close to Nice, so if Paris Saint-Germain get bored of winning. But it does mean you join me today on the first day of the season, but not the end of the transfer window, as I talk you through my transfers as well as playing, and this is quite beautifully poetic, viewers. Nancy, that's the first team we're going to face off against. Of course, the team that we bested last year. I'm sure they're looking for a little bit of revenge. And confusing screenshot of the daytime. We've got a balance of 40 million with 25 million left to spend. I just enjoy doing that, really. Just so you're like, huh? So today we're going to do less of a grand reveal and reveal like who we've brought in and who we've sold. And again, we're in 2035. You probably don't know these names, although you do know 2 of the names I've brought in because we've had them before. But let's first focus then on the massive out. And Adam Dodos is that guy. A phenomenal player for me last season. Maybe we'll go on to be one of the best keepers in the save at this point. Who knows, really? He's a bit of a character, is Dodos. He had some great games for me. He had some not so great games for me. But overall, was a tremendous keeper. 20 clean sheets, 29 conceded in 38. Some of you will be thinking, that's a mistake. That is a big mistake. You might be right. I think our system played part to that, though. I guess we'll find out this season. But £36 million, I think you can agree, considering he was bought on a free by ASEC, or from ASEC all those years ago, and had a phenomenal year for me last year. It does seem to be a bit of an outlier compared to everything else. So with that in mind, cash in £36 million. It's not bad. 2 sons also left. Recalde is gone, as is Mikel, and Bertru has gone out as well. Probably haven't said some of those names right. Also, have loaned out a couple of guys that are on the fringe as well. So you can see, there's the list of players that have been brought in. 24.5 million to spend, and has been spent, and still quite a lot left to spend if we need to. We probably will do. But it's been a really interesting window, and seeing what becomes available has been a real big part of it. And you can see one player has been far more expensive than the others, and we'll come to him in just a moment. But let's first focus on this goalkeeper situation. This is the perfect place to start. So we lost to Dodos, and I thought, right, we need a keeper who is similar to Dodos, but not necessarily identical to Dodos. So I went out and bought Juan Carlos Puente from Villarreal for £1 million. And as you can see there, viewers, pretty good. Good handling, decent positioning, reflex is very good, fantastic agility, and as you can also see, viewers, is out for 3 months. So we brought him in, and before the season even starts, he's injured and can't feature. Luckily, I had enough time to bring in another goalkeeper who's probably better, but for £1 million, he might end up being a very good backup. So we've acquired Ronnie Bosting from Lille, of all places. I know it's surprising, really, that they let a player of this calibre go, but I think you'll agree straight away we've probably got ourselves a better goalkeeper. 6'1", Danish international, very physically good, very, very good indeed, actually. Decision-making and positioning, again, both 14s, very good. Attributes of handling and reflexes stand out as really strong attributes too. So, looking at him there, I think we've got ourselves a really good goalkeeper. We'll see how he gets on next season. He's had an interesting time of it, having loads of loan spells in different places. Had a standout year for Fiorentina with 17 clean sheets last year. Less successful, probably a weaker side in Sampdoria. But this is the year I think we could maybe push on. And I think he's going to be a really solid goalkeeper for me. Delighted to have him in the team. So the goalkeeper situation is kind of sorted. I think the next obvious place for reviews is to reunite with some old faces. We'll start with the loanee from last year. Thank you to Inter Milan, my old friends over at Inter, who have allowed me to have Dominic Lowe back on loan for another year. I could not be happier. Phenomenal left back, had a really good year for me last year, and I expect more of the same this year. We then come to 2 players who I bought and then were sort of left in the cold a little bit by me. I say bought, I actually didn't buy Amarilla. Amarilla was already at Nice, I believe, when I just... Is that correct? I can't remember, viewers. Had he just been bought by River, or did I buy him at Leipzig? The thing is, in my game world, it's sort of 8 years ago, and I'm not now sure. Regardless, Walter Amarilla comes in, a player I did have at Leipzig. Whether I bought him or not, I now can't remember. I'm sure you probably remember more so than I. Mentally, absolutely fantastic. 29 years of age, nearly £70,000. But Gordy's left. He's not in the team anymore. And that left a little bit of wage budget to go big on a player, especially on a free transfer. You can see straight away, he's worth £44 million. So whether this works out or not, the end of the season might be interesting if we decide to maybe part ways with Amarilla, who I think has still got a lot of quality. It's tough for me because Yanchev and Bernard, fantastic in the centre, but Amarilla's just got that X factor, and I wanted to bring that in. And he's fickle, which I like and shouldn't. The other one is a man at Valencia who, again, was sort of joining as a potential prospect. By the time he was 25, I thought he'd be a pretty good defender, and turns out he's a pretty good defender. Physically, very good, 6'1", great heading, great tackling, marking's pretty good too, work rate, bravery. Again, things you look for in a centre-back, maybe lacking a little bit on the aggression, and you maybe want the decision-making and concentration to be a little bit higher. But regardless, for a team like Nice, for where we are right now, Lucas Haman is going to be a really good acquisition for us. Again, a free transfer bought by me for 12.5 million ages ago at Valencia, and that wasn't a good signing. This, though, in the way that we are, very good signing. And having knowledge of former players at former clubs is very, very useful. All right, we'll get to know some of these other boys. We'll flick through the rest of them very quickly, just so you can get an idea of what we've brought in. And then we'll focus, of course, on the boys that have been bought for a bit more money. So Dave Schofield, on loan from Manchester City. Loaney, I think you can see why I've bought him. He's very, very, very good with a lot of prospects as well, I would imagine. Great dribbling, finishing's pretty good, physically fantastic. 5'10", striker from Manchester City. Very happy with this one on loan. I've got a bit of striker mad. I know it's not really like me, but I've gone a bit striker mad. We've got the Europa League. We've got 2 competitions. It's fine. Next up, we've got Dylan Lee. Now, this is an interesting one. Free transfer from Newcastle. Has never really done anything for Newcastle. In fact, hasn't performed very well for Newcastle when featuring. But I think as a well-rounded central midfielder that can maybe play a deeper ball-winning midfield role or even play it slightly further forward. Again, free transfer, £12,000, fringe player. I think a good acquisition. I really like some of the mentals here and technique and tackling and things like that as well. Physically very good. Parting's a bit of a letdown, but I think in terms of what I want as a backup in this sort of role, Dylan Lee's my man. Good age, bit of resale value. I like what we've done there. Now, meet Giles, the Frenchman, the elusive Frenchman. I've decided, for some reason, I've decided that this man, Giles, is it Furore? I'm going to go Furore. It might not be Furore, but I'm going Furore. Great finishing, great composure. Again, some of those mentals are really, really nice. 22 years of age as well. And of course, Selin Gurio are looking for that deep lying forward on a support duty. Acceleration's not great, but holding up the ball, bringing others into play, that might be something he's good at. We'll see more of that, of course. We may even train a trait to sort of play alongside that. But yeah, I like what we've done. Again, for the money that we've paid, nothing. So I'm happy with that. Definitely going to be the backup option in that role, but I'm glad that this year I feel like I've got a backup option that's actually very good rather than bringing in Pellegrini that wasn't very good. Now, Kubeka has come in from South Africa. It's better than Geordie. He joins us for £600,000. It's weird that it says he's played for us for 3 different teams in the same season. He hasn't, but 600 grand, I think you can agree for the attributes. Definitely comes as a backup defender with the potential to go on and be quite good, I think. Loan, people want him on loan constantly. Whether he goes out on a loan move or not will massively depend on if I bring other centre-backs in. But yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's going to be, again, a good player maybe in the future. Not right now, but definitely in the future, actually. Now, Kim Huk-soo is a player I had no intention of signing until my scouts found him and put him in front of me, and I went, yes, we should probably be signing him. I don't really know. Well, he's probably better than Ivanov, which is a bit of a weird situation to be in. £2.4 million. He's scoring goals at a pretty successful rate in South Korea. Had a very decent loan spell as well at the Western Sydney Wanderers, and I've brought him in as really let's just see what happens with this guy. It looks to me to be a really great prospect. Great finishing, fantastic physical attributes as well. 6'1", bit of a presence, jumping, reaching, heading, not his strong suit, but I think looking to get in behind players. Great anticipation, great off the ball. Yeah, you like it, I like it, we all like it. 11 goals and 23 for South Korea as well. Got some pedigree. All right, 2 more to go. Hopefully you're following along here. As Dario Jongic is the next one from Milan. £4.8 million. We've not got Lopez back from last season, of course, the guy we had on loan from Real Madrid. So we needed someone to fill that role. And the German is going to be our guy. Fantastic passing. Not defensively as strong as Lucas was last year. But I'm not too worried about that. Lopez. Lucas is at right back. Sorry, 2 L's, viewers. Physically great though, great stamina. It's the teamwork, the vision, the work rate, the decision making. Key attributes that I look for in this role. Something that I think that Lopez was brilliant at last year. And we've gone for a similar vein this year. Changing up the style a little bit because of course we had him as more of just a defensive midfielder. And while I think he can play that, not utilising that 17 passing and not playing as a deep line playmaker would probably be a mistake. So A little change in our system. We'll see how it affects things. I think having another ball player in there probably means we control games slightly better and maybe can counter slightly more effectively. So that's quite exciting for me. Dario Jongic, welcome. And finally, João Victor. This is the one you want to see. And the interesting thing with João Victor is he was going to be a leaving present. Had I got the job at Monaco, I signed him thinking, well, if I do leave, I'm going to leave them with a really great player in João Victor. Let's waste no more time. 12.75 million for this guy. Yeah, we've leveled up a little bit. Now, he's a star player, and for some reason, Real Madrid, after buying him for 31.5 million, they just don't want him. And I'll tell you what, I did. 12 appearances in the league in both seasons for them. And I look at his attributes, I look at his dribbling, I look at his finishing, his composure, his off the ball, his passing. He's like the budget Philip Gabe, viewers. Is that too far? No. He's like Philip Gabe, but not as good. I'll show you. Oh God, I've not done this. This could backfire. please don't like Philip Gabe. Please don't like Philip Gabe. He's the budget. I told you, he's the budget Philip Gabe. Extraordinarily well-rounded. Obviously not as good as Philip. We know that. Of course we know that. But you can see what I'm doing here. And when you look at the system and you see where I think I'm going to deploy him in that, you're probably thinking, oh my God, what about Mkhitaryan? I think playing this as the triangle might be the way forward. Again, great finishing ability, great composure, great off the ball. And I've seen what players in these roles can do. And I have to go with him in there, I think. And look, if Mkhitaryan is not having the best game of his career, then we can bring him further back and then bring on one of these more explosive strikers that we've got. It's an exciting option for me. And of course, going into the season then, we're going to play the exact system that we had so much success with last year. And of course now, we've added quality. Yonic's in there now, Amarilla's in there, João Victor up front, and defensively I think we're that little bit stronger as well actually. So this season's going to be fascinating. Of course, with the Europa League football, it's going to be challenging. But here we go. Welcome back. This should be nice. Still got some money to spend. Still trying to bring in a backup at left back. Let me just show you him briefly. Trond Christiansen as a backup left back I think looks perfect. Costing me under 2 million. So yeah, we need one and he's going to be the guy. So we've got a game. Here we go. Saturday it is. 9 o'clock kickoff as we play Nancy. It's a big opportunity for us to make a statement. I don't know what that statement's going to say. So Borsting will be in goal. Lucas and Lowe either side of Haman and Ovrenko. We've got Jongic just in front with Yanchev and Amarilla either side. Mkhitaryan playing as that shadow striker once again behind João Victor and Ivanov. It's going to be cute. I'm very interested. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. I just hope that we play a similar style to last season and it works well. There's a few players in this side that are very unfortunate. Bernard's one of them. On the other hand, it gives me good depth, and while in the Europa League, we're going to need that. Just got to give the boys a few numbers, and here we go. The teams are warming up. I feel warm. It's very hot today in Norfolk, to be fair, so that's probably why. But let's see. Can the boys do the business? They're playing a 4-2-3-1, bless them. That's cute. They think that's going to work. That's nice. Now, of course, viewers, last season, I went on about it quite a lot. We had a terrible start. If I can win one of my first 5 games, that would be great. We're unbeaten in 10 against them. I wish I hadn't read that. All right, then, let's see. Can we do the business, please? Every time I do a new signing video and then I show you a game with the new signings, I always immediately get that little bit nervous that it's not going to work out. But what I've tried to do in building this squad, and we talked about it before, is level up certain areas where I think we can maybe have more impact. And Amarilla is a key part of that. João Victor is definitely a key part of that. So let's see then. Have we leveled it up or have we gone backwards? It's time to find out. It's the first highlight, by the way, with 30 seconds on the clock. If we score from this, viewers, the relief I will feel will be unparalleled. Amarilla has been tackled and dispossessed, and now they come forward with it. And actually, no, we've got it back. So hopefully this is going to go our way. Yanchev to Amarilla. Again, playing the double Mazzala. Again, it's something I don't want to change. Amarilla can certainly play it, so I'm not too worried. Ball in by Loja. Victor's there, and it's gone in. And he scored with his first touch for the club. It's an own goal. You've taken that away from me. I am sickened to the core, viewers. I mean, he sort of forced it. I wonder whether it hit the post, maybe, and then came out. If we look at the behind goal view here, it'll probably give us a better look. I think the header hits the post and does it, and then it comes back and hits him and goes in. Fair enough. João Victor forces it though, celebrates happily, and we've got a 1-0 lead. Top of the league, you're having a laugh. There's not been too many games, and it is on alphabet. It's annoying because we don't get the boost in confidence that a goal gives him. So that's frustrating. Now, of course, we know we're going to play quite a patient, quite a passive possession style game and look to hit teams on the break as Mkhitaryan races forward, finds Ivanov. How's he going to start this season, viewers? Horrendously. What was that? The gap to shoot into was huge, it felt like. Good to see you, gang. Let me know, though, what you think. Like, transfer-wise, comment section, getting involved. Is there anything you still think we maybe need? Of course, there's still money to spend, so I'll be reading through the comments, and we'll see what happens. There maybe could have been a foul in there. I don't know. It's cleared away. There's going to be... VAR, take a look at this. They're consulting with VAR. It's not a penalty. Okay, I did wonder, because there seem to be a few players tripping over one another, but not this time. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Good signings? Not so good signings. I feel like, once again, I've had a pretty good window. After last year's successful window, I feel like I've not made any... One thing that's lacking in this team, viewers, and maybe we'll have to rectify that. I've not made any stupid signings of old players. So, yeah, I've actually improved the team and tried to bed a few in for the future of the next couple of seasons. So, yeah, have I done these transfers? All right, Nancy racing forward. They've got a man in the middle if they can find him. The shot goes in, and Borsting does his job. I don't... With the O, there might be a different pronunciation on that. So, Danish people, I look forward to your comments. Probably Borsting, maybe, or Borsting. I don't know, viewers. I'm guessing now. I'm just thinking how it's probably not Borsting, because that's it's so simple. This is going to be one of those times where it is just Borsting, isn't it? I can picture it, viewers. As the ball forward flicked on to Ivanov. He's got a big chance, and well, he squandered it. 20 minutes to go. You know me, hesitant to make changes, viewers, because we've got a lead, and we're playing pretty well, really. More possession, definitely more opportunities. Nancy not doing too much so far, but a second goal would start to make me a little bit more comfortable as the ball goes back towards Borsting. Worth noting Diallo, the centre-back. I've had lots of big offers on him, actually, recently, as big as 20, 25 million. Whether we sell him sort of depends on if those offers keep going up and we can bring someone in to replace him. I've very much not looked to really sell. Like selling Dodos, I was already looking at loads of keepers that we could maybe bring in, and those that then became available, and it made sense. As the ball there, how have we not scored another goal yet? So again, centre-back wise, I've done a little bit of planning here and there if he is sold, but yeah, I mean, he's not in this side, and I'm quite happy with it. So it's one of those, really. I'm going to demand a little bit more, but I'm also going to play more cautiously with a few minutes to go as we just try and see this out. We'll take a 1-0 win, a first-minute own goal, and I couldn't be happier, viewers. We start the season so much better than we did last year, an infinite amount better, and yeah, this could be a really interesting season. We didn't maybe see the best of some of the transfers, but I'm happy. And there we are then, we kick things off at the top of the table. Of course, next time we meet then, I think Lyon is going to be the game that we face off against, and maybe our first Europa group stage game. It could be quite interesting to see who we get in the group, of course. We won't focus on it too much. We don't need the Europa League, but having a little bit of a European adventure with Nice and seeing how we can maybe mess with some of the rotation, as well as introducing you to some new players, it should be good fun. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do drop a like on it. Let's aim for 1,500 likes. If you're enjoying the series, get on it. And I'll see you again tomorrow at 5 PM for a whole lot more. We love with care. From me, it's DoctorBenjyFM. Just call me Ben. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.